Hello, it's another day for work in the motor house. So, front uprights for the 7. Basically Europa. This is very much Europa here. And let's see. Right side, yeah. Right side is dismantled. Had it through the parts washer, cleaning everything up. Pretty soon I'll be sending it into the blast cabinet to clean things up. Got to tape up and protect all the surfaces that don't get blasted, and then have them ready for paint. So, stuff to take apart the left side, but just another thing that's got to get done. Get things painted. Get the A-arms. They have primer on them. They got to get painted. Get all those little things done. Then work on, let's see, the steering rack, and yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff. I'll get there. Since I'm going to be doing front suspension, it comes down to brakes and shocks. Now, brakes I think I've got new ones on the way, new calipers, so they should be here for me tomorrow, and I'll check everything out. Go from there. Now, shocks. What I did have was specs, and they're wound up pretty high on the perch, which I think that's we'll say, too low of a spring. That's probably a better way to look at it. Now, if I go in between the coils, and you can kind of see, let's see if I can steady this, kind of see where the corrosion starts on the shaft in there. You got about 1 inch of travel. And thinking about it is, there's not really a lot of room here to compress the spring. So I have to look into, we'll say different springs. Probably something that's a little more pounds, more poundage rated. I think these, I'm suspecting, a better way to put it, I'm suspecting that these are Europa front end, which is 110 pound. Europa doesn't have an engine in the front, so definitely don't want 110 pound springs. Got to look around for some more information. Appreciate any suggestions people have. Let's see that the Europa engine weighs, let's see, the block itself, I believe I saw 200 pounds is what the bare block. The engine itself can weigh up to 280 pounds, fully assembled with everything. Now, you would think that the 907 engine would be a little heavier, but it's aluminum. It's bigger, yes, but it's aluminum, where the block of the twin cam is steel. So it weighs about the same, 280, 290, right about. The parts for the right side upright have been sandblasted, along with the A-arms. I previously sandblasted them before, and I gave them a coat of primer, but it was going to be incompatible with the chassis paint that I wanted to use. So, put them back in the cabinet. Didn't take that long. Strip the primer off and get them ready for the chassis paint that I want to make it for final color, which will be black, satin black again. I just finished pressing all new bushings in the A-arms. So that's, and they're ready for paint now. I got to give them another little cleanup, just because I handled them, and you never know. So I took a little light wipe of anti-seize and put it inside, which helped them press in, I guess, very nice and easy, and also should keep the rust, because when rust gets in there, it makes it very difficult to get them apart in the future. And if you were watching the A-arms earlier, if you're not, well, then I'll fill you in that I made up tools that basically had this piece, And I just took on a lathe and cut a relief where that inner fits really well, so that presses it in. And I made another one up in brass, so with the relief. And the ring here is just a nice piece of pipe that is the right diameter, fits well, and fits well with the diameter of the A-arms. So, and let's see, yep, I took apart the other, the left upright. And I'll have been cleaning that stuff up, and that'll be on the next batch of painting. First coat of primer is on, and for these small parts, it's nice to just use the open door here, have things set up, just hang, and when I turn on the reclaimer for the sandblast cabinet, it is a great exhaust fan. I say, very large fan unit up there, and it just pumps out the air, so keeping everything nice and easy to breathe. All of the overspray goes right inside the cabinet, which when I sandblast in there, whatever is on there would come off anyway, so I don't care about any paint that gets on the walls in there. It's doesn't matter. So I'm getting ready to put another coat of primer on these, and then they'll sit for a day while I wait for the finish coat. Yeah, sit for a day, and they'll be ready for finish coat. The first batch still would like to have a little more time for it to finish curing, but they're okay to handle now. Latest batch of parts through the media blaster cabinet. So the left upright parts and the suspension, rear suspension arms, and the cross tube, which is down there. Sorry for the mess, but they've all been media blasted and given their first rinse. They still need a second rinse, and then checked out for painting. It's round 2 of painting all the small bits. See, there's the left upright parts and one of the rear suspension arms, more suspension arms. Let's see, I'm going to write that this way. Long cross tube for back in the chassis. Yep, they're in first coat of primer. Get ready to put second coat of primer on them. And of course, it's nice to having this big extractor fan. Just pulls out everything. Still wearing a respirator just in case.